एलिमिनेशन मेथड के 2 क्वेश्चन आए. ओके, दैट्स कूल, गुड. चलो, तो फिर ऑन दैट नोट कंटिन्यू करें. हीट एंड थर्मोडायनेमिक्स. I think it's been a while since we last did this, but I hope you remember your stuff, है ना? And basically what we are seeing now in this chapter is, we know length increases with temperature, we know area, volume, etc. increases with temperature, but then there are certain quantities which change as length changes. Okay? So there are certain quantities which change as length changes, and what we have basically been doing is we are looking at various applications, various quantities which change with length. So what did we get to see? We had a look at how density changes with volume. Sorry, density changes with temperature because volume changes with temperature. Then we had a look at how apparent volume of a liquid changes with temperature. We also had a look at how height of a liquid in a container changes with temperature. है ना? इसमें एक डबल इफेक्ट था, लिक्विड का साइज बढ़ रहा है बट फिर कंटेनर भी बढ़ रहा है ना? So that kind of reduces things. Then we also had a look at how the length of a scale can change with temperature, and because the scale's length can change with temperature, there will be some error in measuring certain objects, है ना? So we had a look at those kind of sections. So we have actually reached to this point. कोई बोल रहा है 37. Did you forget we did all of this in the previous session as well? हमने ये भी डिस्कस किया कि अगर एक ऑब्जेक्ट है, हाँ, ऑब्जेक्ट को एक स्केल से मेजर करोगे एंड फिर ऑब्जेक्ट का भी साइज बढ़ेगा, साथ साथ स्केल का भी साइज बढ़ेगा, तो फिर तुम्हारा मेजर्ड लेंथ कैसा चेंज होता है टेम्परेचर के साथ. We sat and we derived all of these things. एक दो क्वेश्चन भी, आई थिंक एक आध क्वेश्चन भी किया था. So what we are basically looking at is application of this linear expansion wala concept on any quantity which can depend on length. If length varies with temperature, any quantity dependent on length also varies with temperature. All right. Now we are going to look at one formula which you are going to derive a little later in mechanics. Okay. एक minute, let me just, in case कोई बोल रहा है you can't find these notes, it's again the same link as always. You can find this link in your group as well. ये link खोलो, lecture notes वाला folder खोलो, उसमें open heat and thermodynamics. When you open heat and thermodynamics, you have to have an idea of what chapter is going on. So heat and thermodynamics is 6 chapters. अब जो चल रहा है thermal expansion है, ठीक है? And you can find that link in our group description, in the doubts group का group description. You can find that link. ठीक है? You still have any problem, एक बार class के बाद वापस I'll show you where it is. Okay. So actually ये जो chapter है, in general heat and thermodynamics, हम mechanics के बाद करते हैं, because we see certain formulas that we have studied in mechanics appear in these chapters. Like the formula we're going to look at right now is something we'll actually prove in simple harmonic motion, जो center mass के 2 chapter बाद आएगा, है ना? So we'll just look at the formula. We of course won't prove that formula right now, but let's just assume that formula is derived and we'll continue from that. Okay? So there are some things which I can just mention the formula and teach, and then there are some things which involve so much mechanics कि we'll have to skip for now, and बाद में when you learn that in mechanics, उसमें तुम एक thermal expansion का question देखोगे. ठीक है? So you don't need to worry about that. what we're going to look at right now is the time period of a simple pendulum. Time period of a simple pendulum. So in fact, let me first just tell you what the formula is. I'm sure you all know what a simple pendulum is. Okay. So time period of a simple pendulum. So a simple pendulum is, as you know, it's a string and a bob system. Okay? And time period as such क्या होता है? Time period is time taken for one complete oscillation. तो ये आगे जाएगा. Very nice. Apparently some of you have heard of the formula. लौटेगा मतलब आगे जाएगा फिर वापस मेन पोजीशन पे आके to cross over to the other side and then it will come back to its starting position. So this entire trip, not just half of the trip, the entire trip is called as one oscillation. So that entire trip ka time taken is your time period. Okay? That entire trip ka time taken is your time period. And this time period ka formula comes out to be 2 pi under root L by G. 2 pi under root L by G, where L is the length of the string. See? Length of the string. So because this term involves length, you can imagine that as temperature increases, this length is going to change, and accordingly your time period is also going to change. So that's what's going to happen now in this small section. So this is your formula, just note it down. Time period is 2 pi root L by G. For now you have to just believe this formula is true. Iska pura proof is going to involve all of simple harmonic motion, so you will of course do this in mechanics whenever you study simple harmonic motion. Okay? So a longer pendulum, does it oscillate faster or slower? Okay? This is the first page of today's class. Longer pendulum, does it oscillate faster or slower? Okay. Getting a mixed bag of answers. Some are saying same. Okay. Majority are saying faster. That's a little unfortunate. Longer pendulum, मतलब length बड़ा है ना, and length बड़ा मतलब time period बड़ा. Time period अगर ज़्यादा है, that means it's oscillating slowly. It's taking more time for an oscillation. So longer pendulum means greater time period, and greater time period means it moves slower. Okay, yeah. Greater time period means it oscillates slower. See, it oscillates slower. One of you is asking me कि अच्छा ये time period, ये pendulum का क्या connection है? क्या connection है heat and thermodynamics से? So I've already mentioned this. Can you take a guess what's going to happen in the next page? Why am I mentioning this time period of a simple pendulum suddenly? We are learning about linear expansion. So the idea is कि look at this formula. You see length appearing over here. You know? So therefore this again becomes a popular area for testing your thermal expansion wale concepts. So wherever in a formula you see length appearing, volume appearing and so on, thermal expansion ka sawal banaya ja sakta hai. So let's try to break this down. Given that time period is what it is, okay? maybe this time I can ask you guys to try and attempt a derivation. Okay, you've seen me do this many times, so एक बार तुम लोग try कर लो. I'll frame the question properly. So what we're going to now look at in this section will be changes in the time period. Changes in the time period Okay, I'll show the last page. Let me know if you're done. Okay, done? Okay. Changes in the time period of a simple pendulum. Changes in the time period of a simple pendulum. Okay. So let's say कि let's say the pendulum का string का material, ठीक है, whatever the string is made up of, let's say alpha is the alpha of the string. So alpha is the coefficient of linear expansion of the string. Alpha corresponds to the quotient of linear expansion of the string, okay, whatever material it is made up of. That's for you to figure out, okay, what happens on heating this. So let's say alpha is the alpha of the string. Now, let's say T initial is initial time period. T initial is the initial time period at because there is going to be a clash. Since we are using T for time, I'm going to use theta for temperature. Okay, so you'll find sometimes a lot of books use theta for temperature. Okay, so that you don't get shocked if you see the symbol, I'm going to use it over here. So T initial, this is for time period. T is for time period. Of course, I is for initial, and theta is for temperature. So you know कि the initial time period is Ti, and this is at a temperature theta I. ठीक है, temperature के लिए I'm using theta. So T initial at theta I, T final at theta final. I want a relation between theta initial, sorry, T final and T initial. Find a relation between T final and T initial. Can you try this out once? Find a relation. Okay. I need to slowly teach you guys to be able to derive these relations yourself. Because as I said, the possibility is endless. किधर भी formula में length दिख गया तो thermal expansion का सवाल बन सकता है. So try this out yourself. Find a relation between T final and T initial. You're given delta theta or given theta final, theta initial. All these things are given. You know the formula for time period. For your reference, इधर वापस लिख लेता हूँ. Okay, this is the formula 2 pi root L by G. Try to think and see how we have derived the other formulas and attempt करके देख लो. Okay, the formula has to be in terms of alpha and in terms of change in temperature. Sanadhya, that's हाँ सही है, actually सही है. सिर्फ I think T and theta interchange हो गया तेरा. T was time period, theta was temperature, but that's fine. But उसको एक और step हम लोग simplify करेंगे. So if I have to get rid of the root, can you think what you would do? Yes, binomial लगा लो उस पे. So are the others getting it? One of you seems to have more or less gotten it. What about alpha of the एक ही चीज है इसमें. अल्फा ऑफ स्केल एक ही है, एक स्ट्रिंग है. स्ट्रिंग का अल्फा इज व्हाट इज रेलेवेंट इन दिस. That time period depends on length of the string. Okay, so the bigger picture is as temperature increases, length is changing and time period is changing. So जो चीज का लेंथ, ये जो भी स्ट्रिंग है, जो भी मटेरियल से वो बना हुआ है, उसका अल्फा दिया गया है. That's all you need. There's no scale and all over here. Very nice. सानिध्य का आ गया. Good. सार्थक सही है. बट अगेन वो रेस टू हाफ को थोड़ा और सिंप्लीफाई कर लो. एक और स्टेप थिंक व्हाट वी वुड डू. पूर्णा सही है. ओके आ रहा है. और डू यू गाइस नीड मोर टाइम? अच्छा, one more person has sent in the answer. नहीं, 2 pi root L is not, they are not terms which are going to appear in our final answer. T final square is T initial square. सही लिखा है यश, तूने जो लिखा है उसको थोड़ा और सिंप्लीफाई कर सकता है. सही है, और सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हैं. बाइनोमियल लगा के देख लो क्या आता है. चलो, या नहीं तो I'll just discuss this. More or less you guys have managed to get some relation. That's very nice. Yes, Gaurav सही है. Square root हटा दो by applying binomial. So very nice. I think a lot of you have got the right relation at least. I think it can be simplified further with some assumption, but you've all managed to get the right reason, relation more or less. So 2 pi under root L initial by G is my initial time period. My final time period is 2 pi under root final length by G. Okay? And my final length can be written in terms of my initial length. So how do I do that? So my final length can be written as L initial 1 plus alpha times change in temperature. Change in temperature is delta theta. And just for this concept, I'm going to use theta for temperature so that there's no confusion between temperature and time period, divided by G. So L, every time this is the story. जो भी टर्म है जो लेंथ पे डिपेंड करेगा उसका इनिशियल वैल्यू लिख लो लेंथ के टर्म्स में, फाइनल वैल्यू लिख लो फाइनल लेंथ के टर्म्स में, और फिर ये फाइनल लेंथ को इनिशियल लेंथ के टर्म्स में लिख लो एंड यू आर ऑलमोस्ट डन विद दैट. फाइनल लेंथ को इनिशियल लेंथ के टर्म्स में लिखा. आई थिंक वन ऑफ यू हैड रिटन दिस इक्वेशन. नाउ इससे एक स्टेप आगे जाओ. ये जो टर्म है ना, अब ये टर्म आइडेंटिफाई कर लो कि दिस पोर्शन इज आवर इनिशियल टाइम पीरियड. So I want a relation between TF and TI. So put that TI over there. 2 pi root Li by G is TI. So TF becomes TI times, क्या रह गया, बस ये चीज का रूट रह गया, बाकी सब निकल गया. तो TI times root 1 plus alpha delta theta. And we can simplify things. We know कि alpha is of the order of 10 raised to the power minus 5. So it's really small. Yeah? And therefore, by binomial approximation, you can bring that half inside. All right. So when you apply your binomial approximation, you get your result. ठीक है, we are continuing with thermal expansion. ठीक है, I just taught a formula which depends, this is the time period of a simple pendulum which depends on the length of the string of the pendulum, and because time period depends on the length, naturally, by the way, what we are seeing over here is the formula. T is 2 pi root length by g. We have not derived this. This is a result which will be derived in simple harmonic motion in mechanics. But what we have seen is, to find change in the time period of that pendulum, we can apply a thermal expansion. Change in time period due to a change in temperature. हमने thermal expansion का formula लगा लिया. L final को L initial के terms में लिखा. So L final is L initial 1 plus alpha delta temperature. So just for this concept, I'm going to use theta to represent temperature so that there is no clash. ठीक है, तो L initial 1 plus alpha delta temperature, बाकी वापस 2 pi root L initial by G को हमने T initial लिख लिया, and we have this formula. A lot of you stopped here. That's also correct. But let's simplify it further. Apply binomial approximation. This is what you'll be expected to do. So apply binomial approximation, bring that power in, and your result becomes like this. All right. Yes, page 45 was the first page. Okay, I'll just show the previous page. Somebody is asking, dekh lo. Previous page was just me framing the question. Kya karna hai? बाइनोमियल अप्रोक्सीमेशन वाला पार्ट कुछ नहीं, ये पावर हाफ है ना, पावर हाफ है, ये टर्म बहुत छोटा होता है. अल्फा इज द alpha is of the order of 10 to the power minus 5. So alpha times delta theta is of course still a very small number. Therefore, you can bring that power in. बाइनोमियल अप्रोक्सीमेशन 1 plus x raised to n को expand करोगे, उसमें अगर x छोटा है, so all the higher powers of x will be negligible. So 1 plus x raised to n approximately becomes 1 plus nx if x is very very small. ठीक है, वही हमने यहाँ पे लगाया. इसमें change in temperature delta t, sorry, again same mistake, change in time period will be t final minus t initial. तो t final minus t initial अगर करोगे, t initial and t initial वो 1 कट जाएगा, and you'll be left with half t initial alpha delta temperature. So if you want to find change in time period, it's going to be half t initial alpha delta temperature. You can use t initial, you can use t final, either way. For this formula, they'll be quite close, but this is the idea. Okay, got it? No doubts till here? All right. Now, last step. Delta t is change in time period. So delta t is t final minus t initial. Delta always is final minus initial. Delta is always final minus initial. And because it's always final minus initial, यहाँ पे जब तुम t final minus t initial अगर मान लो करोगे, क्या मिलेगा? ये कट जाएगा ना, तो t initial into half alpha delta theta मिलेगा. Just take this term over to the left hand side. Take this term over to the left hand side. All right. And you will never, कोई पूछ रहा है what if delta theta is of the order of 10 raised to 5? कभी भी नहीं यार, नहीं होगा. ठीक है, nobody is just बनाने के लिए कोई ऐसे values देगा ही नहीं. Then of course मतलब तब तो binomial लग नहीं सकता है. बट कभी होगा भी नहीं practically of the order of 10 raised to 5. Yeah, the material itself will change phase and a lot of nonsense will happen. So your delta theta is never going to be that big, even from a practical point of view. Even in your questions, delta theta will be small, 10, 20, 40, 100. 100 भी हुआ तभी भी this term is small in comparison to 1. Okay. Now, अब इसमें फिर एक interesting idea आता है कि they use a pendulum clock to measure time. Okay? So time gained or lost by a pendulum clock. Time gained or lost by a pendulum clock. Yes, who's that? Yes, Gaurav. Time gained or lost by pendulum clock. So what is a pendulum clock? Put it very simply, you've seen those clocks in cartoons. I think Tom and Jerry वगैरह में देखा होगा कि that clock will typically have this big metallic rod with a bob attached at the end, and this will oscillate to and fro. And as it oscillates to and fro, the clock continues to rotate. So उसमें actually typically क्या होता है, for such a clock, you typically find that this half an oscillation to go from year to year, that typically takes 1 second. So as your clock goes from one extreme to another extreme, your second hand moves forward by 1 second. Understood? And similarly, when your clock returns, it moves ahead by another second. So actually, a pendulum clock is attached to a pendulum जिसका time period is exactly 2 seconds. It's not going to be of, that fact is not going to be of relevance over here, but it'll be an important point which you learn during SHM as well. तो फिलहाल I'm just FYI mention कर रहा हूँ कि इसका time period 2 seconds होता है. इसका time period 2 seconds होता है. We are not going to use this fact. This for your information. इसका time period 2 seconds होता है क्योंकि आधा oscillation में that second hand moves ahead. So every half oscillation यहाँ से वहां गया 1 second हुआ, वहां से यहाँ आया 2 second हुआ. वैसा इसका time period 2 seconds होता है. And based on how this rod oscillates, ठीक है, it's assumed कि this rod will always maintain its time period. So based on how the rod oscillates, that second hand is designed to move ahead. Rod यहाँ से वहां गया, second hand आगे निकला. Rod लौट के आया, second hand आगे निकला. So that's how it is designed to move ahead. So now can you imagine कि if temperature changes, if the surrounding temperature changes, the length of this pendulum is going to change. And because the length of the pendulum is going to change, the clock is going to be a little inaccurate as the length of the pendulum changes. है ना? So we'll have to, in fact, chalo, before even solving things, let's say temperature बढ़ गया. Temperature बढ़ गया. Will the pendulum gain time or lose time? अगर temperature बढ़ गया, will the pendulum gain time or lose time? ठीक है, majority opinion so far is gain. हाँ, temperature अगर बढ़ा दिया तो is it going to gain time? Is it going to lose time? Majority opinion gain आ रहा है. ठीक है, so almost the same mistake is made. क्या हो रहा है? अगर temperature बढ़ेगा तो इस पेंडुलम का हाउ डज इट वर्क? अगर थीटा बढ़ गया तो फिर लेंथ बढ़ गया, अगर लेंथ बढ़ गया तो टाइम पीरियड बढ़ गया, एंड टाइम पीरियड बढ़ना मतलब स्लो होना, ठीक है? टेकिंग मोर टाइम. इमेजिन अ रनर इज टेकिंग मोर टाइम टू कंप्लीट वन लैप. That means he's becoming slow. If a runner's time period is in a way decreasing, he's becoming slow. This clock is becoming slow. 1 second is becoming longer. You know, so this clock is becoming like a person who's, if he's counting to 10, instead of counting 1, 2, 3, so on, he's counting 1, 2, 3. धीरे गिन रहा है, टाइम पीरियड बढ़ गया 1 सेकंड का फॉर दिस क्लॉक. अंडरस्टूड? तो 1, 2 ऐसा धीरे धीरे गिनेगा तो बंदा ऑफ कोर्स टाइम लूज करेगा in comparison to an accurate clock. Understood? So if temperature increases, it moves slowly and it loses time. ठीक है? Logically सोचने पे it will move slowly and it will lose time. It loses time. Got this? Can I move to the next page? Okay. Theta is temperature, capital T is time period. So if time period increases, it's going to lose time. So नहीं, तो एक सेकेंड, वन ऑफ यू सेड कि यू आर आंसरिंग थिंकिंग टाइम गेन meant कि it takes more time for an oscillation. नहीं, तो ये phrase समझो अच्छे से. When I say my watch is gaining time, is gaining seconds, that means my watch is moving fast. ठीक है? If I say my watch gains time, that means it moves fast. Our watches are synced at 1 p.m. तुम्हारा watch 2 p.m. हुआ, मेरा 2:10 हो गया, sorry, या 2:10 हो गया. So that means my watch has gained 10 minutes. So when we talk about gaining time, we mean that watch is moving faster. If a watch gains 10 seconds in an hour, matlab it's moving faster, not slower. So gaining time does not mean gaining time period of this internal mechanism. Gaining time, a watch gaining time means a watch is moving faster. Similarly, if a watch loses 3 seconds every hour, matlab every hour it's losing 3 seconds. तुम्हारा 3600 seconds कवर हो रहा है, मेरा 3600 minus 3 seconds कवर हो रहा है. ठीक है? That's what gaining time and losing time means. ठीक है? So हाँ, अगर गाड़ी आगे निकल रहा है, दिन पर दिन आगे आगे निकल रहा है, मतलब गाड़ी टाइम गेन कर रहा है. ठीक है? सिंपल. एंड इफ इट्स गेटिंग लेफ्ट बिहाइंड in comparison to other watches, it's losing time. ठीक है? एक बार वापस जस्ट इसका लॉजिक समझा रहा हूं. अगर थीटा मतलब टेम्परेचर, अगर टेम्परेचर बढ़ गया तो दिस इज द रिजल्ट वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग. टेम्परेचर बढ़ गया तो ये लंबा हो गया, लंबा होने के साथ साथ इसका टाइम पीरियड बढ़ गया. टाइम पीरियड इज 2π√L/g. टाइम पीरियड अगर बढ़ेगा, दैट मींस ये अब स्लो ऑसिलेट करेगा. 1, 2, दैट्स गोना बी अ लॉट स्लोअर. अब स्लोली ऑसिलेट करेगा तो नेचुरली इट्स गोना लूज टाइम. In comparison to an accurate clock, this is going to lose time. In a day, it will not complete 24 hours. Understood? Clear? Okay. So therefore, इसमें अब ऐसा सवाल आता है टिपिकली कि अगर टेम्परेचर बढ़ गया तो हाउ मेनी सेकंड्स विल दैट क्लॉक लूज इन अ डे, हाउ मेनी सेकंड्स विल इट गेन इन अ डे, ऐसा सवाल आता है. So how do we tackle those kind of questions? So for that, you need to first of all understand this very logical statement that I'm going to write. I'm going to say that measured time is inversely proportional to the time period of the pendulum. Does that make sense? The time measured by the clock is inversely proportional to the time period of the pendulum. See? For instance, I hope that makes sense. If I wait for 10 seconds, see, 10 seconds in reality, and if my pendulum का time period बहुत छोटा है, छोटा time period, so how am I going to count time? See, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if my time period is small, the amount of time I measure, see, will sound like a large number. Let's say you're holding your breath and I'm counting time. And if my time period is small, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, तो क्या measure time कितना आएगा? बड़ा बड़ा number आएगा. मान लो 60 seconds दिखेगा. But similarly, if somebody else, you're holding your breath for the same amount of time, but somebody else, उसका time period काफी ज्यादा है. So he's counting slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. तो उसके हिसाब से measure time कम दिखेगा, 40 seconds दिखेगा. So you get it? जिसका time period ज्यादा है, time measured by him is going to be lesser. Time measured by him is going to be lesser. See? Time measured by him is going to be lesser. Therefore, we can say that because they are inversely proportional, the initial measured time upon the final measured time, MT means measured time, is the initial, sorry, ulta. So is the final time period upon the initial time period. What do these symbols mean? Oh, ek baar I'll just indicate. Right? So time period is T and measured time is MT. See? So initial measured time upon final measured time, final means at some other temperature, is final time period upon initial time period. See? And final time period upon initial time period, we just derived that. What was that result? Final time period upon initial time period. Seems like 1 plus, क्या था वो? Sorry. क्या था? 1 plus half alpha delta T. T final by T initial is 1 plus half alpha delta T. तो यहाँ पे क्या result आएगा? यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, this is 1 plus half alpha delta, actually theta for temperature. तो एक reciprocal सा relation आ गया. This is measured time initial upon measured time final. So if I take measured time final over there and I take measured time initial over here, then what am I going to get? I'm going to get my final measured time is my initial measured time upon 1 plus half alpha delta theta. And then again, you know what binomial is going to do to this? If I take this up according to binomial approximation, I can then replace the plus sign with a minus sign. तो इसको अगर ऊपर लेके जाएंगे, पावर -1 हो जाएगा. और पावर अगर इसका -1 आ गया, you can bring the -1 in and you can say कि your final measured time is initial measured time into 1 plus के जगह 1 minus half alpha delta theta. Final measured time is initial measured time times 1 minus half alpha delta theta. Okay, and therefore just take this term over to that side. So when you take that term over to that side, what do you get? You get change in measured time. Measured time final minus measured time initial. So measured time final minus measured time initial कितना हो जाएगा? It's coming out to be minus half measured time initial delta theta. See? So the change in my measured time, the change in my measured, yeah, sorry, is my voice clear? The change in my measured time is minus half initial measured time. अल्फा का छोड़ दिया, अल्फा, अल्फा ऑफ कोर्स होगा. See? Any doubt in this? Last step, okay. Last step समझा देता हूँ. In fact, I'll explain what this term means as well. तो एक तो यहाँ से यहाँ I hope समझ में आया. That's just binomial approximation. फिर लास्ट स्टेप में बस क्या कर रहा हूँ, डेल्टा एम टी इज एम टी फाइनल माइनस एम टी इनिशियल. तो एम टी इनिशियल उठा दो ना, इसको उधर ले लो. तो एम टी इनिशियल को उधर लेके जाएंगे तो क्या रह जाएगा, माइनस एम टी इनिशियल हाफ अल्फा डेल्टा थीटा. So that's how we are proving कि change in measured time is minus half mt initial alpha delta theta. Okay, I'll just repeat this formula on the next page and I'll just explain what those terms mean. In the meanwhile, if somebody wants me to still wait on this page, just say that. You want me to repeat any part of the derivation, let me know. ये पहले ही derive किया. I'm waiting. Yes, Ayush, yes. See? तो finally अपना result actually क्या आ रहा है, I'm just repeating the result. It's change in measured time. ठीक है, so our clock is measuring time for us, है ना? It tells us when 1 hour is up, when 2 hours are up. So change in measured time is going to be minus half initial measured time alpha delta theta. ठीक है, so the way you can use this formula is you can say कि this is the seconds gained, delta mt is the seconds gained in a time interval mt initial. Yeah, so you're assuming mt initial is the, in fact you're assuming the initial temperature is 1 where the clock is accurate, है ना? So in comparison to that at a higher temperature, जैसे ऐसा मान लो कि अगर डेल्टा थीटा पॉजिटिव है, डेल्टा थीटा पॉजिटिव है मतलब डेल्टा एमटी नेगेटिव है. डेल्टा एमटी नेगेटिव होने का मतलब सेकंड्स गेन्ड नहीं हो रहा है, गेन नहीं हो रहा है, लूज हो रहा है. एंड isn't that what we agreed in the beginning? अगर टेम्परेचर बढ़ रहा है तो you are not going to gain time, you're going to lose time. You're going to lose some amount of seconds in a day, right? Some number of seconds in a day. So if delta theta is positive, then you're going to lose time as expected. But on the other hand, if temperature decreases, क्या हो जाएगा? डेल्टा थीटा नेगेटिव होगा तो डेल्टा एमटी पॉजिटिव होगा. डेल्टा एमटी पॉजिटिव का मतलब यू आर एक्चुअली गेनिंग सम amount of seconds per day. You're gaining some amount of seconds per day. So in that line, you can look at this formula as seconds gained is minus time interval, okay, times half alpha delta theta. Okay, so like just to give an example before we solve any question, if I say something loses 3 seconds in an hour, somebody is losing 3 seconds in an hour. So based on this fact, based on this statement, what will you substitute as seconds gained and what will you substitute as your time interval? See, so delta mt points to the, again I'll explain what delta mt is. See, so your measuring time, see, your pendulum clock is measuring time, but वो pendulum clock accurately time measure नहीं कर रहा है. तो because वो accurately time measure नहीं कर रहा है, there is some error in its measured time. There is some error in its measured time when you are at a temperature for which that clock was not calibrated properly. Clock was designed to work at 10 degrees Celsius. If you're going to operate at 20 degrees Celsius, there's going to be some error in that measured time. That error is represented by delta mt. All right. So by proper convention, if delta mt is positive, that means the clock is gaining time. And if it's negative, it's naturally losing time. So what I'm trying to say over here is, if you see a statement that the clock loses 3 seconds in an hour, so for you to understand what those symbols mean, if it's losing 3 seconds, then delta mt is minus 3 seconds. Okay? And if in the and the corresponding time interval, the accurate time interval, okay, the accurate time interval is 1 hour. So it's losing 3 seconds in an hour. So 1 hour is 3600 seconds. Okay, that's based on this statement. You'll substitute these values in that formula in this manner. Understood? One of you saying, why are we considering time intervals and not absolute time? Absolute time में क्या sense बनता है? A faulty clock and a proper clock can be synced at any time. You buy a cheap watch, absolute time सही हो सकता है. I can set it right now. I can match it with the time I see on the internet. But then 1 hour later, instead of it being 8:55, if it's going to be 8:10, so that matters ना. Interval matters. वो 1 घंटे के interval में वो कितना seconds गिन रहा है, that matters. This particular clock in this example is counting 3 seconds less. Instead of 3600, वो 3597 गिन रहा है per hour. So it's losing time. It's moving slowly. It's losing time. Got it? Any doubts in this page? ऐसा statement देगा तुरंत तुम ये equation use कर सकते हो. हाँ, if it says gained, gained means positive, loses means negative. Gained means positive, loses means negative. Let me just in fact stress that over here. लिख लेता हूँ. Gained के लिए delta mt positive and loses your time lost के लिए delta mt negative. ठीक. mt is the original time interval. देखो हम क्या, let me just explain one last time. कि we are assuming कि there is an initial temperature at which the clock was calibrated, जिसमें सब कुछ सही था. तो वो initial temperature पे clock accurately time measure करता था. तो मान लो वो इनिशियल टेम्परेचर पे क्लॉक 1 घंटा 3600 सेकेंड्स ही गिनेगा. ठीक है. एंड empty initial will always be positive. Clock is actually counting time. Over here, what can be negative is delta theta. Delta theta is temperature change. So if temperature has been increased, so if delta theta is positive, delta mt will be negative, which is what we logically argued in the beginning. Temperature बढ़ाओगे तो this guy should lose time. Delta mt negative दिखेगा. और temperature कम करोगे, temperature कम करते वक्त this term is going to be negative. So this term is becoming positive. So as expected, if you reduce the temperature, the clock will move faster and your measured time will be greater. You're going to gain seconds. ठीक है. एक example कर लो. हाँ, एक थोड़ा एक opposite sense है. Delta theta, delta mt. Then minus sign is there to tell us कि if एक बढ़ता है, एक gain in temperature is accompanied by a loss in time, and a loss in temperature is accompanied by a gain in measured time. ठीक है. Just try out a question. I think this will help you understand it better. Okay. So let's say a seconds pendulum. By the way, this is just another name. I'm deliberately using this. Just another name for a pendulum clock. So a seconds pendulum is calibrated another word for that is designed to operate operate correctly at 25 degrees Celsius. So you have to assume कि of course 25 degrees Celsius वो correctly काम कर रहा है. Now who's going to design the clock to work not correctly? So at 25 degrees Celsius, it's going to operate accurately. How much time, how many seconds will it gain or lose? How many seconds will it gain or lose? In a day, how many seconds will it gain or lose in a day? Okay. At 35 degrees Celsius and at the second one is 5 degrees Celsius. You're given alpha. So alpha of the string. This string is made up of some material. So उस string का alpha, some metallic material, उसका alpha is 2 into 10 raised to minus 5. Okay. Can I show the previous page just for a second? अच्छा देख लो जल्दी. Just for a second showing this. Done. Okay. कुछ तो 4.32 थोड़ा चेक करो 4.32 कुछ मल्टीपल आ रहा है मुझे। T should always be in seconds. It doesn't matter. T can be any. See, you need to cancel out units from either side. You need to cancel out units from either side. तो तुम डेल्टा एम टी अगर सेकेंड्स में लिखोगे तो ऑब्वियसली इसको सेकेंड्स में लिखो, whichever you find comfortable. इसको आवर्स में लिखोगे, इसको आवर्स में लिखो. That's of course the idea. So you have to match the units so that they cancel out. And yes, जिनका 8.64 lost आ रहा है, that's correct. सही है. तो पार्थ सही है, अदिति सही है. Good. Yes. It will lose 8.64. Don't say lose minus 8.64. That two minuses negate what you're trying to say. It will lose 8.64. Yes. Who was that? Path सही है. रेफरेंस के लिए लिख रहा हूँ वापस. Come on guys. Easy है काफी. Yes, Ayush. Yes, Aditi सही है. Seems like just 3 people. Come on, बाकी को आ रहा है समझ में, नहीं आ रहा है तो बता दो. Especially this line of questioning is essential कि you revise this from time to time, because I've seen over here students in general have a tendency to get confused. Even जो हम पहले starting में जो logical सवाल पूछ रहे थे, will it increase, will it decrease? Majority was answering that wrong. So यहाँ पे there's a tendency to mess up. है ना? तो make sure you keep revising this. Derivation important है, फिर formula use कैसे करना है वो important है. ठीक है, तो देखिए results. पहले का 8.64 आता है lost, दूसरे का 17.28 आता है gained. चलो, I'll give you one more minute. Yes, take time. You want more time? Take time. Yes, 17.28 gain for the second one is correct. इसका आंसर -8.64 आता है. इतना भी सॉल्व किया तो यू शुड गेट कि अच्छा यहाँ पे टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस 10 के जगह -20 हो गया. बिकॉज टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस -2 से चेंज हो रहा है, तो मेरा आंसर भी -2 से चेंज होके पॉजिटिव 17.38 या 28 हो जाएगा. That was kind of expected कि आंसर का साइन एक तो बदलेगा बिकॉज टेम्परेचर इज लेस देन 25 एंड बिकॉज डिफरेंस डबल है तो मैग्नीट्यूड भी डबल दिखेगा. ओके, एनीवेज लेट्स जस्ट सी द वर्किंग फॉर दिस. वेरी सिंपल. सो delta mt is minus mt alpha delta theta by 2. All right, so delta mt seconds gained is minus. So what are we comparing this to? We are comparing this to one day. एक दिन में कितना gain या lose करेगा, तो एक दिन में कितने seconds होते हैं, है ना? So 1 hour has 3600 seconds and 3600 into 24. In fact, that becomes, it will be good to remember this number. Of course, you can calculate, but it becomes 86,400. That's the number of seconds in a day. So 86,400 itne seconds hai into alpha delta theta by 2. So that into 2 into 10 raised to minus 5. ये हो गया अपना alpha delta theta for the first question. ठीक है, 25 की जगह 35 पे आ गया, तो टेम्परेचर हमने 10 से बढ़ाया, तो 10 से बढ़ाया इसलिए डेल्टा थीटा पॉजिटिव 10 है बिकॉज वी हैव इंक्रीज्ड टेम्परेचर एंड यू आर ऑफ कोर्स गोइंग टू डिवाइड दैट बाय 2 जो बाइनोमियल की वजह से आता है. सो इफ यू कैन सी 2 2 कटेगा, द वैल्यू डजंट चेंज, जस्ट चेक द पावर. एक 10 पावर माइनस 4, 4 0 कम कर लो तो उधर आ जाएगा डेसिमल 8.64 माइनस 8.64 मीन्स 8.64 सेक. अच्छा, इसको सेकंड्स में लिखा तो वो सेकंड्स में आंसर आ जाएगा. ठीक, सो 8.64 सेकंड्स लॉस्ट. सेकेंड वन का मैग्नीट्यूड डबल हो जाएगा एंड लॉस की जगह गेन हो जाएगा बिकॉज फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द टेम्परेचर दिस टाइम इज नॉट about 25, it's below 25 and its magnitude is double. बाकी है सेम स्टोरी, 2 into 10 power minus 5. बस ये टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस पॉजिटिव 10 की जगह minus 20 आ जाएगा बिकॉज 25 से 5 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे आ रहे थे divided by 2. So the whole answer is just going to change by minus 2. So this will become positive 17.28. Whenever you solve a question like this at home, while practicing, please work out the entire derivation. Yeah, this may look easy with the formula in front of you, but please work out the entire derivation. You will forget this formula. You may have to derive this if you come across this in the exam. So practice that derivation, and especially that clarity. I've seen a lot of students get really confused कि temperature बढ़ने पे time lose हो रहा है, gain हो रहा है. Make sure you're sorted with that logic mentally कि measured time is inversely proportional to time period. Gaurav, one of you is saying कि अगर temperature change नहीं हो रहा है but length of the bob, क्यों temperature change नहीं हो रहा है, bob का size बढ़ रहा है, क्यों? ऐसे ही जादू, मतलब लॉजिकली बढ़ेगा तो अगेन दीज आर फाइनर पॉइंट्स विच यू लर्न ड्यूरिंग एसएचएम इटसेल्फ कि अगर बॉल का साइज छोटा नहीं है, इफ दैट साइज ऑफ द बॉब इज नॉट नेग्लिजिबल, then this length is actually taken till the center of mass of the bob. Given that the string is light, we typically take length till the center of mass of the bob. Those are finer points which you learn in more detail in SHM. You can ignore that for now. But अब अगर तू जो बोल रहा है थियोरेटिकली, कैसे तो भी मैजिकली स्ट्रिंग का लेंथ चेंज नहीं हुआ, बॉब का लेंथ बढ़ गया, तो बिकॉज बॉब का लेंथ बढ़ेगा एंड बिकॉज वो सेंटर नीचे जाएगा, yes, time period will again get affected. See, in that sense, that's a finer point. You learn that in SHM कि length is measured till the center of the bob. Typically bob का size छोटा होता है तो वो neglect करते हैं, नहीं तो it's length plus radius of the bob technically. Okay, cool. So in fact we are almost done with most of the theoretical examples we had to cover. एक last point है bimetallic strip. In fact, all these theoretical points are actually question types. So I would really suggest you work on that derivation. Treat those derivations itself like an application or like a question on thermal expansion. A bimetallic strip में क्या होगा? हो सकता है ये derivation थोड़ा सा challenging लगे तुम्हें, but what is basically going to happen is you're going to take metals of two different materials, ठीक है, and let's say एक का alpha 1 है कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ लीनियर एक्सपेंशन, दूसरा का alpha 2 है, ठीक है. लेट्स जस्ट अज्यूम कि फॉर द सेक ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन जस्ट अज्यूम alpha 1 randomly is bigger. So if alpha 1 is bigger than alpha 2 and if I heat this combination, again they are nicely rigidly joined along that interface. If I heat this combination, in which what will happen to this strip if I do so? Expand तो of course expand होगा, but ऐसा ही लीन मतलब सीधा expand होगा या कुछ अजीब होगा, कुछ और होगा? मेल्टिंग तक कोई जा नहीं रहा है, मेल्टिंग तक कोई नहीं जाएंगे, कर्व हो जाएगा, it's going to get curved. All right, in which direction is it going to curve? Which direction is it going to bend? What do you think? Upwards or downwards? Very nice. Downwards. So it'll bend towards, हाँ, it'll bend downwards because alpha 2 is lesser. So essentially क्या हो जाएगा, इसका जो shape अंत में ऐसा एक shape दिखेगा, ठीक है, where you found कि this is bent downwards, and what may not be evident from my diagram is it'll naturally assume the shape of a circular arc in that sense. Yeah. And now as it assumes that shape, okay, let's say I had given you the initial length of this, of both the rods, they shared a common length initially. Okay. Now things have changed. Given length, given the thickness of the strip, ठीक है, so दोनों metals का thickness is D, दोनों metals का thickness is D, ठीक है. On increasing temperature, you have rightly identified it will bend downwards because according to this diagram, you can in a way see that इसका length छोटा दिख रहा है on an average, उसका length बड़ा दिख रहा है on an average. By the way, what do you consider the average length? Would you consider, let's say for the second rod, would you consider the length of this arc to be the length of the rod, or the length of the outer arc to be the length of the rod? Yeah, would you consider, yes, Ahmed, yes. Would you consider the arc passing through the middle of the rod to be on an average the length of the rod? Obviously the arc passing through the middle. So with that hint, I want you to try deriving this formula. So what I ask you to do, I'm going to give you length, so given the length, given d, and both are the same thickness, given delta t, given alpha 1, alpha 2, I want you to try to find r, see? And by r, I mean the radius of the interface between the two metals. Okay? Radius of curvature of the interface. We'll show that in the diagram as well. Again, just try to attempt this derivation with whatever you know. You already have enough idea. Try कर लो, देखते हैं फिर होता है या नहीं. R is the radius of this interface. ये चीज हो गया interface. ठीक है, तो उसका रेडियस हमें चाहिए. अगर किसी ने स्ट्रिप का एरिया पूछ लिया, पूरा ही बाईमेटालिक स्ट्रिप का रेडियस पूछ लिया, ठीक है, सो पूरा ही बाईमेटालिक स्ट्रिप का भी रेडियस यू विल अप्रोक्सीमेटली अज्यूम टू बी दिस. So I'll just write that. Or can also be called average radius of the entire bimetallic strip. Because हम average के लिए क्या radius consider करेंगे? Naturally, the one passing through the middle. Yeah. So if they use the language, you assume it's radius of the interface. But most questions will be quite clear. They'll say interface radius निकाल दो. Alright? कोई पूछ रहा why is it going to bend? It's going to bend because this guy is longer. This guy is longer than this guy. है ना? And they are not allowed to separate. So because they're not allowed to separate, what's going to happen is इसका length बढ़ गया, इसका length हल्के से बढ़ा, but now this point and that point needs to be in contact. So for that to be in contact, this will have to bend and distort its shape. So the longer object will have to occupy the outer circle and the smaller object will have to occupy the inner circle so that you can have that difference in length. In fact, this idea is used in certain devices. So in certain types of thermostats, they even use this idea कि ये जो भी device ये this metallic bimetallic strip plays a role in establishing electrical continuity so that current flows. But then if you don't want the device to get overheated, they design it in such a way कि इसका temperature बढ़ते बढ़ते then it loses contact, bend होता है, loses contact, and the minute it loses contact, current stops flowing. Thickness would increase, just assume that to be negligible. बहुत क्या ही कितना ही rate पे बढ़ेगा. स्क्रीनशॉट इसका लेना था किसी को, इसका ले लिया, इसका ले लो. Okay. All right, I'm just asking you guys to try this. Don't get depressed if you don't get it. It's fine. Okay. इतना हिंट दे रहा हूं कि ये रॉड का लेंथ है ना, एक्सपैंड होने पे इसका जो भी लेंथ होगा, that length you will not take as the length of the outer arc or the inner arc. For the first rod, you will take length of that middle wala arc as the length of the outer rod. Let me know if you're done trying. Should I show the working? चलो दिखा देता हूँ थोड़ा सा. ओ वाओ, किसी का आ गया. ठीक है, I'll give time. एक का आ गया, that means more can get it. Very nice, Satya. Good job. Yes, I'll give you 2 more minutes. Try कर लो. Pull out all the stuff you know. Arc length is radius times theta. That's another clue I dropped. Satya, good job. You need to make some approximations wherever necessary. Radius क्या आंसर दे रहा है तू? नहीं, थोड़ा गलत लग रहा है. I'll just show you the answer that comes out in the end is something like this. To see if you have to simplify your work further, this is the answer we get. Delta t is given. Delta t के terms में आंसर करना है. Delta t is given. Theta, find a way to substitute there. Theta दिया नहीं है. Maybe you guys are writing correct equations, but then theta is ideally a term. It's not given, not asked. ठीक है, एक बार चलो देख लेते हैं इसका working. Alright, so of course it's not easy to get it to solve it for the first time on your own, but एक बार इससे idea ले लो, and next time if you ever come across a question like this, you should be able to then derive. Yes, so let me just show you the working. Most probably you guys have written correct equations. Okay, but now then what do we do with those equations? So what we are saying is, we are saying कि ये ऊपर वाले रॉड का लेंथ गौरव एक मिनट ना, ये लिख के रख रहा हूँ. Was still trying to solve. Okay. वो आंसर. So now let's say ऊपर वाले रॉड का लेंथ is the final length of the first rod. Okay. And let's say नीचे वाले रॉड का लेंथ not very easy to draw this. एक मिनट. Is the final length of the second rod. See? Final length of the second rod. Now, एक मिनट, let me just एक देखने दो बाइनोमियल इसमें लगता है या नहीं. ठीक है. अब इसमें L1 final, for the time being you can assume a theta, no harm in assuming a theta. L1 final के लिए क्या लिखेंगे थीटा के टर्म्स में अगर लिखना है, so it's theta times, so you know arc length is radius times theta, है ना. so L1 final का actual radius क्या हो गया, कितना होगा? Is it r or is it r plus something? It's actually r plus d by 2. If you remember, this entire thickness was d, so half of this thickness is actually going to be d by 2. All right, so that's where the slight difference comes. This is going to be r plus d by 2. All right, so how do I show that? Maybe I'll just use a different color. This length is d by 2. So the bigger rod ka length, yeah, the bigger rod ka radius is on an average r plus d by 2. And because its radius is on an average r plus d by 2, uska length will be written as theta times r plus d by 2. Okay? Theta times r plus d by 2. This is for the bigger rod. As for the second rod, okay? As for the second rod, you'll say uska length. अब क्या आ जाएगा second rod के लिए? Theta times, similarly क्या आ जाएगा? That length is also d by 2. So for the second rod, uska radius is r minus d by 2. है? R minus half of the thickness. तो r was the radius of the interface. तो ऊपर वाले रॉड का एवरेज रेडियस हो गया r प्लस थिकनेस का आधा, एंड नीचे वाले रॉड का एवरेज रेडियस हो गया r माइनस थिकनेस का आधा. Got it? So r plus d by 2 and r minus d by 2. यहां से क्या मिल रहा है? यहां से we are getting कि L1 final. Now remember, theta is not something I'm really given, nor am I asked. So let's make theta disappear. L1 final upon L2 final is r plus d by 2 upon r minus d by 2. But L1 final upon L2 final can directly be written in terms of L and temperature difference, है ना? So यहाँ पे अब thermal expansion का फंडा लगाओ directly. So we can say कि this can be written as L initial length 1 plus alpha delta t. ये मेन डिफरेंस है कि दोनों का अल्फा अलग है, तो 1 प्लस अल्फा 1 डेल्टा टी upon L, same length. Remember, their initial starting length was the same. 1 plus alpha 2 delta t. So now length and length will cancel out, and I get this equation. R plus d by 2 upon r minus d by 2 is 1 plus alpha 1 delta t upon 1 plus alpha 2 delta t. Okay, so you can maybe cross multiply, or you can even apply componendo dividendo. So if I apply componendo dividendo, so what I'm doing is I'm adding the numerator to the denominator and making that my numerator, and I'm subtracting the numerator minus denominator. दोनों sides के लिए I'm doing numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator. ठीक है, so 2r upon नीचे numerator minus denominator करूंगा तो ये d हो जाएगा. This is just to make, I could see कि adding them will make d disappear from the numerator, which is good for me. Subtracting them will make r disappear from the denominator, also good for me. So it just becomes a little neater. Componendo dividendo on the right hand side, when I add them, it will become 2 plus, यहाँ पे हो सकता है थोड़ा approximation करना पड़े. How do you make the right call what to do with this? 2 plus alpha 1 plus alpha 2 delta t. Okay. And यहाँ पे नीचे डिविडेंडो लगाते वक्त 1 कटेगा, है ना, वी आर सब्ट्रैक्टिंग दीज टू, न्यूमरेटर माइनस डिनोमिनेटर, 1 कटेगा, ये हो जाएगा अल्फा 1 माइनस अल्फा 2 डेल्टा t. This can be simplified even further. So what do you think we have done for the next step? What have we simplified? क्या किया जा सकता है? Ignore alpha 1 plus alpha 2 times delta t. Yes. Okay, so actually you can ignore this term. See, alpha 1 plus alpha 2, this is going to of course be of the order of 10 to the power minus 5. So that times delta t is a small number. So this upar wala number is small, niche wala number is small. But if I am adding a small number to something, it does not make a big difference. Adding by a small number makes hardly any difference. 2 plus 0.001 is approximately 2. So adding a small number makes no difference, and therefore we can neglect this term and say this term is negligible. And before you ask me, can I neglect the denominator? Please, dividing by a small number makes a big difference. Multiplying and division, multiplication and division with a small number makes a difference. उसमें small number को neglect मत करो. 2 divided by 0.001 is a very large number. तो स्मॉल नंबर से मल्टीप्लाई डिवाइड करोगे तो बड़ा फर्क आएगा, बट ऐड सब्ट्रैक्ट करोगे तो ज्यादा फर्क नहीं आएगा. दैट्स व्हाई ऊपर वाला टर्म हमने निग्लेक्ट किया, नीचे वाला टर्म निग्लेक्ट नहीं करेंगे. ठीक है, यहां से क्या आंसर आ जाएगा फाइनली? 2 काट दो, r is d by alpha 1 minus alpha 2 delta t. Got it? Again, the derivation is what is more important than just the result. This is shit, everything is 2. There's no z anywhere. ठीक है, यहाँ पे componendo, अरे componendo लगाते वक्त r plus r 2r हो जाएगा. ये स्ट्राइक नहीं किया तो भी you can multiply the 2, क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करके भी आंसर आ जाएगा. ठीक है, you could have cross multiplied as well. One of you saying, sir, do we also take binomial approximation in this case? I mean, I can't see where you would use it. कहाँ पे, unless तू, अच्छा, unless तू imply कर रहा है कि इसको ऊपर लेके जाए, तो बिल्कुल yes, in that sense you can, उसको ऊपर लेके जा सकता है. 1 plus alpha 1 delta t को 1 minus alpha 2 delta t कर सकता है. Yes, सब मतलब कुल मिलके, I mean there are many ways to do this. ultimately सब approximate कर करके, I mean you'll end up with this result, right? So ठीक है, okay. um हाँ, तो एक करके, so one, let me just address all these doubts. These are good doubts. One of you is saying, sir, if delta t is large, will it affect alpha 1 plus alpha 2? Actually not a lot. See, delta t large होके भी practically 100 से ज्यादा यूज नहीं होगा डेल्टा टी इन जनरल, 100 से ज्यादा नहीं होगा, ये 10⁻⁵ का ऑर्डर का है. सो इट्स स्टिल गोना बी अ स्मॉल नंबर. दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई कर लो तो 10⁻3 10⁻2 का ऑर्डर तक ही आएगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा. And from practical point of view as well, temperature differences are not normally that large. ठीक है. Of course, अगर है तो you have the, that's why the derivation matters. अगर delta t बड़ा है, you have this main formula with you. You have the whole basic idea. So you will not make the approximation. You'll stop at the second last step. If at all, for some reason, delta t is big. Yeah, that's why the formula is not everything. The concept is important. The other question is, one of you is asking why, again, why is it gonna bend? So why is it going to bend? So, yeah, that's a longer rod. This is a shorter rod. You're forcing the two to be joint. So what's going to really happen is, if you force the two to be joint, you're going to, in a way, force this end of the rod to reduce in size because it has to be joined to this. Okay? You're going to reduce the inner end of the rod. And since average length rod ka kuch hai, as you know, average, the average length of the rod, the middle of the rod is going to be unchanged. That is the length which only changes with temperature. Now you can imagine, if you push a sponge from this corner, won't that corner expand? In a way, you know, if you gently squeeze a sponge along this phase, that phase is going to expand. So that's what in a way is happening over here. This upper rod has expanded. The upper rod ka length is more, average length is more. But now, because it's forced to be joined to this guy, uska inner edge chota ho raha hai, outer edge bada ho raha hai. So what is going to happen to the shape of this rod then? If you're increasing the outer edge and decreasing the inner edge so that it can be joined to this guy, that rod is going to get curved. एंड जो मैं ऊपर वाले रॉड के लिए बोल रहा हूँ, सेम चीज लोअर वाले के लिए बोल रहा है. लोअर वाले का ये बढ़ेगा because it is fixed to the upper edge. So this top surface is going to increase in size for the smaller rod. And as that increases in size, this is forced to decrease in size. So this is also going to curve downward. Okay? So there are these kind of stresses. It's distorted in shape. The rod is distorted in shape. There are these kind of stresses inside the rod. But nonetheless, because that joint between them is very strong, they're strongly glued together because they are strongly fixed together. This is bound to happen. In order for that interface to be in perfect contact, in order for them to not separate, they'll have to distort out of shape. Logically, जब बड़ा वाला rod outer radius के along lie करेगा, inner rod, छोटा वाला rod inner arc के along lie करेगा, outer and inner arc के along lie करेगा, then naturally then that outer rod gets to be bigger in size, inner rod gets to be small in size. I hope you understood why it's bending. Okay? And I hope through this I also answered the person who was asking ki, why am I taking the middle radius? So as the rod is being distorted out of shape, the inner edge is decreasing in size than what it should have been. The outer edge is increasing in size than what it should have been. So on an average, we are expecting the middle of the rod to be the actual size of the rod. Make sense? Okay. And in fact, any other doubt? One of you said very nicely. So all these derivations, this guy summing up, all these derivations, what is the main concept? So एक तो thermal expansion सही है. In fact, thermal expansion is between some other quantity and length, area, volume, getting that kind of relation. जैसा time period, temperature change हो रहा है, सवाल पूछ रहा है time period के साथ क्या होगा? So you try and think across your physics, have you learnt a formula for time period in terms of length, area, volume? तो फिर याद आ जाएगा, अच्छा time period और length के बीच में रिश्ता है ना? So then that relation between some quantity and length, area and volume is what matters. As temperature changes, length, area, volume will change. Accordingly, that physical quantity can also change. You always relate the final quantity with the initial quantity. See? And during that process, you will apply binomial approximation. You will make these kind of assumptions. All this stuff will even seem a little more easier when you learn limits in maths. All right. So now, of course, I'll give you homework from the HCV, and you can, the lecture's over. एक चीज बस बताना था, इसका practical application. So this is what I've heard in school. They normally use this in thermostats. So equipment where there is an electrical circuit, but then you, like for instance, in your geyser, so your geyser may, you switch on the geyser through that electrical circuit, the water gets heated, but after it gets heated to a point, beyond a point, you want that heat flow to stop. So you don't want the geyser to keep heating water. If water is already heated, you want the geyser to stop. So what they do, they use normally these kind of bimetallic strips. So as water gets heated, the strip also gets heated. As the strip gets heated, the strip bends out of shape. And as it bends out of shape, what happens is it loses contact. It's a part of the circuit. So it loses contact with another metallic part of the circuit. And because that contact is lost, current flow stops. Okay, and that's how these thermostats work. So beyond a certain temperature, there'll be no current allowed to flow. And that's like one practical application of this bimetallic strip. Yes, lecture's over. Bye. Good night. Have a nice day. R will typically be, yes. कोई पूछ रहा है R kilometers में होगा? Yes. So R, एक तो D तो छोटा होगा. D maybe in millimeters or centimeters. But this term is going to be very small. So that will make R decently big. Okay? Homework I'll post in the group. Homework will be from your HCV. Okay? In a way, yeah. Short circuit के लिए, actually short circuit के लिए भी use कर सकते हैं. But typically short circuit can be handled with a simpler kind of device, just something which melts at a very high temperature. That's what you call as a fuse. To avoid short circuits, you use something like that. But yeah, I mean, this in a sense, this can also be used. Only thing is, short circuit में तुरंत a quick response चाहिए होता है ना? This may take some time to heat up and etc. Bend out of shape. Okay, chalo, bye. Sir, we have some numericals in the NCERT regarding dimensional analysis of time period. Then we get the, हाँ तो एक्चुअली आयुष तो बोल रहा है कि तो अच्छा तो बोल रहा है कि डायमेंशन से टाइम पीरियड k√L/g आता है. हाउ इज द कांस्टेंट इवैल्यूएटेड? सो एक तो डायमेंशनल एनालिसिस ऑफ कोर्स कांट टेल अस द वैल्यू ऑफ k. So this is where if it's something which is really difficult, if the maths behind this would have been really difficult, then what people would have done is they would have done an experiment. So that's the philosophy of dimensional analysis. So if it was a very abstruse idea, they would have done an experiment. कुछ length लेते थे, time period measure करते थे, तो time period से k का value निकलता था. But that said, time period of a pendulum के पीछे जो maths है, that's actually not very difficult. You learn that in simple harmonic motion, and so actual formula वगैरह can perfectly be derived without doing a dimensional analysis. तो वहां से 2 pi root L by G आता है.
So,
हाँ.
So can you please explain slide 49 again? I had asked for.
This one. एक मिनट. अच्छा, yes. हाँ, for क्या है इसमें measured time is inversely proportional to the time period of the pendulum. Do you have any doubt in that? Time pendulum जो 1 सेकेंड मानता, नो डाउट इन दैट, है ना. सो इफ पेंडुलम का टाइम पीरियड कम है, 1 2 3 4 जल्दी गिन रहा है, तो ज्यादा टाइम गिनेगा. तो टाइम पीरियड कम है तो पेंडुलम ज्यादा टाइम गिनेगा. और टाइम पीरियड ज्यादा है, 1 2 धीरे धीरे गिन रहा है, टाइम पीरियड ज्यादा है, तो टोटल टाइम कम गिनेगा. नंबर ऑफ रेपिटेशंस ऑफ अ सेकेंड वो कम गिनेगा. तो मेजर टाइम इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द टाइम पीरियड ऑफ द पेंडुलम. तो यहाँ से फिर मेजर टाइम के लिए mt लिखा मैंने. ठीक है. सो लेट्स से इसमें लेट्स से कि mt इनिशियल is the measured time at the correct temperature of the pendulum, at the temperature in which it is calibrated, and mt final is measured time at some other random temperature. So because of the inverse relation, I simply wrote mt initial by mt final is final time period by initial time period. Final time period and initial time period के बीच में वो रिश्ता 1 plus half alpha delta theta, I hope you have no doubt, that was derived over here. ठीक है. फिर उसके बाद कुछ नहीं, उसके बाद तो हो गया. उसके बाद बस रीअरेंज किया मैंने टर्म्स. तो एम टी फाइनल को एम टी इनिशियल के टर्म्स में लिखा, क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करके. तो 1 plus हाफ अल्फा डेल्टा थीटा नीचे गया. फिर उसको ऊपर थोड़ा और अच्छा रिजल्ट के लिए उसको ऊपर लाया. ऊपर लाते वक्त बाइनोमियल अप्रोक्सीमेशन लगा लिया. तो 1 minus हाफ अल्फा डेल्टा थीटा हो गया. वो एक बार आ गया. फिर मैंने डेल्टा एम टी लिखा. डेल्टा एम टी इज चेंज इन मेजर्ड टाइम. The change is always final minus initial. So if you do that subtraction, if you take this guy towards the right hand side, so you get delta mt. And what are you left with? Some negative mt initial half alpha delta theta. So change in measured time or increase in measured time is minus half mt initial alpha delta theta. If temperature increases, because the minus sign of temperature increases, measured time decreases. So at a higher temperature, you lose time. You move slowly. At a lower temperature, you gain time. You move faster. And then the pendulum moves faster. समझा? Okay. Cool. Bye. You're welcome. Good night.